Who get this pants? This place no be ashawo quarters. I no want this for my compound.
Peace left Kamsi the day she carried a small Ghana must-go bag and entered Mama K's compound. The sun was still hot that afternoon, sweat running down her back as she dragged her bag across the sandy floor. Children from the next compound were laughing, but inside Kamsi's chest, everything felt tight. She had heard stories about Mama K, but rent was cheap and her job at the provision store barely paid enough. The room was small, one window, rusty zinc roof. When rain fell, you prayed it would not leak. Still, Kamsi told herself it was better than sleeping on her auntie's floor. In Mama K's compound, you have to stick to rules or you regret ever renting house from her. And despite the rules, she still always have more to say. Rule 1. You must not let any visitor in once it's 6 p.m. Rule 2. You cannot use generator. Rule 3. You must enter your room before 8 p.m. And lastly, you mustn't make noise inside your room or in the compound. Mama K eyes are like CCTV camera. She catches on quickly. Every evening, tenants rushed like scared goats. Plates stopped clanking. Radios went off. Even cough sounded like a crime. Then came that Saturday morning. Mama K's voice woke everyone up. BC, one of the tenants, had forgotten her underwear on the clothesline. It was a big outburst. Mama K's voice woke the whole house up. Who did this? BC rushed out quickly, kneeled down, begging Mama K to release her underwear. With so much pleads, Mama K finally gave her, but with a last warning notice. This is your last chance, BC. Next time you do something like this, you will be paying a fine. Kamsi watched from her doorway, heart beating fast. BC's eyes were red with shame. Mama K held the underwear like evidence. As the compound went quiet again, Kamsi felt something rise inside her, fear mixed with anger. No one dared interfere as they both feared Mama K's wrath. Days went on smoothly until one day, Kamsi was washing beside the tap. The sun was hot and her back ached as she scrubbed her clothes against the rough plastic bowl. Soap foam floated around her feet. She was almost done when Mama K rushed outside, wrapper tight, face already angry. Hey, you! Why are you wasting water? You've used the amount of water that could last the whole compound for days. You will have to pay extra money or stop washing. Kamsi froze. She looked around, thinking maybe Mama K was joking. The tap had been running for less than 10 minutes. She opened her mouth to explain, but before any word could come out, Mama K bent down and locked the tap in front of her. The sound of the padlock was loud in the quiet compound. Kamsi stood there, water dripping from her hand, soap still on her clothes. She didn't apologize, but packed up her clothes and went inside. Behind her, Mama K's voice followed like stones. Still, Mama K kept shouting, "You these children of nowadays, don't you know I'm your elder? How dare you walk out in front of me? I built this house with pain and sweat. I will not let you untrained child come here and destroy it. If your parents had made it big, you would be here. Pack house if you won't be able to abide by the rules." Tenants peeped from their door. Some quickly pulled their curtain. No one spoke. No one defended her. Kamsi was quiet. She didn't say anything. Her hands were shaking, but she kept walking. She entered her room and sat on the bed. Her heart was beating fast, not from fear alone, but from something else she'd never allowed herself to feel before. Anger, deep anger. That same afternoon, after changing her clothes, Kamsi carried her bag and walked to her friend's place. The road was dusty and buses honked loudly. She reached Alia's compound and knocked. Aliyah opened the door with a smile that faded the moment she saw Kamsi's face. Aliyah, Kamsi said softly, can you tell me about the rule in this flat? Mine seems strange to me, and I wondered if that's how it is here in Lagos. Mama K would not let us rest with strange rules. Aliyah sat her down and poured cold water into a cup. Kamsi, this is Lagos. No let anybody ride you oh. Because her house fine, na why she set rule. Shine your eyes oh. Kamsi sighed deeply. We don't have any rules here. We just live as we please. She can't try that with me. Maybe it's because you all are gentle. Aliyah shook her head, anger already rising from someone she had never met. You think so, Aliyah? Kamsi asked quietly. Yes, that's the only reason no one has questioned her rightly. Those words stayed in Kamsi's mind, even as she left Aliyah's place later that evening. The sky was already dark, street lights flickered. She quickened her steps. That night, when Kamsi got home, she was unable to enter. The gate has been locked. Her heart skipped. She knocked gently, no answer. She knocked again. Meanwhile, Mama K was sitting on the bench behind the gate with arms folded. She heard the knocks but didn't respond. Then she eased and said, it's past time. You can't enter. Go back to where you are coming from. Kamsi stood still for a moment. Her bag felt heavy on her shoulder. People passed on the road, but no one stopped. Kamsi didn't beg or flinched. She turned back and left. Her leg carried her back to Aliyah's place without thinking. She went back to Aliyah. Aliyah opened the door again, shocked. You mean that woman didn't let you in? What if you had nowhere to go? Kamsi dropped her bag slowly. Kamsi was silent and still in disbelief. Tears filled her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Then Aliyah said, Kamsi, I think it's high time we teach Mama K a lesson. Kamsi looked up quickly. Oh, really? You mean there's something we can do? Aliyah leaned closer, lowering her voice. Yes, there is, and I will be glad. Kamsi swallowed hard. Her heart pounded. For the first time since she entered Mama K's compound, she felt something she had not felt in a long while. Hope. They sat quietly for a moment, listening to the distant sound of generator and night prayers from a nearby church outside. Lagos continued to breathe, loud, restless, unforgiving. Kamsi did not know what Aliyah was planning yet, but she knew one thing for sure. Things could not continue the same way. And Mama K had no idea that the quiet girl she locked out that night was already changing inside. And that was how the two girls made the plan. It was not loud or rushed. It was done with careful thinking and fear in their eyes. The new Mama K was not someone you joke with, but they also knew something had to change. One day, both girls watched Mama K wash her clothes, spread it and left for market. The sun was high. The compound was quiet. Even the usual gossipers were not around. Mama K locked her door and walked out, basket on her head, complaining to herself as always. The girls carried out their plan. Kamsi stood close to the gate, pretending to sweep, making sure no one was watching. Aliyah's hand shook as she opened the small nylon of dry pepper. She rubbed it carefully into one of the wrapper Mama K spread on the clothesline, pressing it deep into the cloth. Her nose burned from the pepper smell. She also added it to all her blouses, then hung the cloth the same way they met them, smoothing the edges like nothing had touched them. The girls quickly washed their hands and acted as if nothing happened. They went back to their room. Kamsi sat on her bed, heart raising. Aliyah whispered prayer under her breath. That afternoon, as Mama K get back from market, she took her clothes from the line. She complained about the sun, about people in the market, about everything. She carried the clothes inside and dropped them. After taking a shower, she tied the wrapper and wore one of the pepper-infused blouse unknowingly. She went to the balcony to set charcoal to prepare dinner. Smoke rose. It filled the air. Mama K sat on a small wooden stool. She was sweating. As the sweat was dropping, she kept using a wrapper to clean her face, using her blouse also, thinking it was the heat from the charcoal. She found herself, her body started itching, but it began to get worse. It became unbearable. She scratched her arms. She shifted on the stool. She shouted for help. No one answered. The neighbors outside were just looking at her. Mama K screamed louder, voice cracking. People stared but stayed silent. Mama K continued shouting. She couldn't even call anyone's name but was shouting for help. She stood up suddenly and ran. She rushed to the bathroom, poured water on her body, finished all the buckets of water. The water did not help. The burning stayed. She rushed back out with wrapper tied around her waist and rushed to the tap. And for the first time in a long while, Mama K was the one begging for mercy. Everyone were just surprised. Why is Mama K saying please? They all ignore her, not wanting a trouble. Some people pretended not to hear. Others carried their buckets and walked away fast. Fear still sat in their hearts like stone. Kamsi and Aliyah were also outside, watching, standing a little far, acting like concerned neighbors. Their hearts were beating fast. This was not how they imagined it would look. Mama K couldn't hold it to the bathroom. She was pouring water on her body with the wrapper tied around her waist. She screamed again, voice weak, now begging. Her pride was gone. Her voice that used to shake the compound was now shaking itself. Soon, Kamsi felt pity, lent a hand, and she brought out a big bucket, asked Mama K to sit. Her hands trembled as she spoke softly. Mama, sit down. Mama K looked at her, eyes red, but she did not shout. She sat. Soon, Aliyah brought some ice wrapped in nylon. The water became cold. Mama K gasped as they poured it on her skin. Someone brought palm oil. Kamsi rubbed it gently on Mama K's arm and back. And soon, some neighbors began to interfere. They kept bringing things that could cool off the hotness. Some even brought milk. Another brought menthol balm. Voices that were once silent now spoke with care. That same evening, Bisi did not say a word. She went into Mama K's room, took all her clothes to rewash. Some neighbors also joined. That night, at Mama K's compound, it was as if there was an event. Everyone moved in unison. Buckets passed from hand to hand. Water splashed. People found Mama K. The compound that always slept early was alive. Mama K was quiet all through. She only responded with nods whenever they asked how she's feeling. No insults, no shouting, no rules, just nods and deep breaths. Soon, her body went back to normal. The pepper hotness stopped and she was carried out of the bucket. She leaned on two women as they helped her sit properly. Her wrapper was changed. Her face looked tired. Another neighbor gave her food so she could take the medication gotten by some. A small bowl of pap, bread. Soon, everything was settled. Mama K was asked to enter and get proper rest. It was already late. Everyone returned to their room. Doors closed one by one. Night sounds returned. Crickets, distant generators. When Kamsi and Aliyah entered the room, they jumped up excitedly. They held each other and laughed quietly, covering their mouths. Now we've given her a taste of a bad attitude. Aliyah whispered, eyes shining. That night, they felt fulfilled. Let's see if she will still raise her shoulder tomorrow. Kamsi lay on the bed, staring at the ceiling. Her heart was calm, but also uneasy. She remembered Mama K's face when she said, please. It stayed with her. Outside, Mama K's room was dark. No shouting, no movement. Morning was coming. And will it change, whether for good or for worse? no one know yet. Thanks for watching, bestie. Please stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Bye.